Hey family, what's happening? How you doing? How you doing? It's conversations with them too. We are the Shenanigan crew. I am MJ and she is,
Lady Dead.
and we are joined by the official mayor of Quartet. And as always, family, thank you guys for joining us here on this Monday night at 8:30 p.m. as we get ready to recap what a weekend it has
Well,
been in South
yes,
Florida.
I'm
yes,
telling you, it
it
has.
So
was great.
Hey MJ, it has been an exciting weekend. I ain't gonna lie, I was dog tired after it was all over, but it was fun while it lasted.
I don't think you even know what the word tired means. You're just like the Energizer Bunny.
I do, but I do get tired too.
No, not you.
It was
You,
like back to back action, right? Um, Starting from Friday night, but I went up a little earlier, so I had to do a little shopping up in Deerfield. So before
There's somebody who doesn't like to shop. I had to go
no, I
do some
don't. And you
shopping.
know, I really don't like to shop. I really don't
I
like
hear
to
that
shop.
all the time, but you're in the stores more than I can ever imagine.
Hey, Mr. Riley, thanks for
hey,
joining conversations with them too.
no
We
problem.
all were together this weekend.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. And it started on Friday night with
What happened to you,
choirs.
MJ?
Can I finish the intro first? Friday night with choir versus quartet at Brown's Temple in Pompano. Now, Lady Des was there, and I uh, unfortunately got stuck in traffic. And then by the time I got anywhere remotely close, it was like 9-ish something. And I was like, ain't no way.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just not going to happen.
Yeah, he
Um,
stood me up again.
wow. I
Hey, that
text you
traffic was
every
rough.
I text you every moment of the
You
way, so
did, you
you
did.
knew exactly
I
what
know.
was
I
happening.
totally understood though, because there were several people that was talking about the traffic and how bad it was. So I'm glad that we actually came up earlier, because when I was looking on the other side, it was already backing up. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, and I left work later than expected, in plans of having a smooth ride, but Friday night it was just
Friday
not
was rough.
happening.
Friday was rough.
Yeah,
yeah, it was. But my sidekick showed up, Mr.
yes,
Joe
he
Riley, the
did.
mayor
He
of
And
Quartet.
he
he
did.
was
So
amazing.
as long as you know one of us are going to be there.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that, we always stick together, and that's all that matters. It's one in house, two in house.
That's the way
We
we roll.
yeah. We be there for each other. But listen, Brittany Wright, hello. She's saying blessings, Lady Des and MJ. Thank you
Hey,
so much,
Brittany.
Brittany, for tuning in.
Absolutely. And on my side, I got the um Wanda P, who from Jacksonville, who led part of the summit on Saturday. So we're going to get into that. So let's talk about Friday real quick. Friday night at 7 o'clock, the illustrious hostess with the mostest, Lady Des, had the opportunity to put on her good MCing for choir versus
Like
quartet.
Jorad said, the good MC,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you had your good
Penny
MCing on.
Bashful. But
That was the title.
what he said, Mr.
That was
Riley?
the title, huh?
That's what he was
Great.
saying. But
Okay.
listen, I waited for that. I was excited for one, because I had a sneak peek about Brown's Temple, right? I
Mm-hmm.
told y'all the last time when we were doing the whole pre-pep rally show about choir versus quartet. So I already had a sneak peek how they get down, and I was just so excited about that. I was excited and elated that they would even consider me to be the host of choir versus quartet part 3. Like I said, it was my first experience and I totally loved it. They had that thing together. You hear
It
me?
was tight.
From from beginning to end, even prior to getting there. You know what I told Shedric? I said, MJ will love this because it was just so organized, so together, and they didn't have much changes. Oh, it was fit for you, MJ.
No, it was fit. It was
the
fit.
Structuring part.
It was designed for who it was designed for. Friday night was your time. It was definitely all you. So tell us about some of the choirs and quartets that you had the opportunity to hang out with on Friday.
Well, let's start off with the Browns Temple BT male chorus.
Okay.
They opened it up. Listen, spectacular, because Browns Temple have a lot of singers in that church. So if y'all ain't never visit Browns Temple, y'all got to go up to Pompano, North Power Line Road, 1081. Look, I know the address, 1081 North Power Line Road.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
They didn't hold back. They were awesome. So they started off, and then the Freeman singers from Pahokee, they were awesome. It was nobody that did bad. Everybody came and they did their thing. It was just phenomenal.
And that's the kind of show I like.
The choir is awesome. Professor English.
Oh, wow.
They pulled out the best in South Florida.
I'm telling you, when I saw Professor on that stage and saw the crowd coming up to the front, I mean, it was well organized. He had them lined up against the wall, and he directed them to the choir stand. That was it.
Wow.
That was it. Nothing but perfection.
Absolutely.
So Mayor, who was the winner on Friday night? Was it Quartet?
The choirs.
It was the choirs.
The choirs, yeah.
Yes, the choirs got it this year.
Yeah, the Quartet had it last year, but the choirs.
But let me tell you, everybody did a phenomenal job.
I love the choirs. The choirs, and I'm saying this on the record. I love the choirs.
I think the rooftop song did it.
Oh yeah,
he's my rooftop.
Yeah, my Davis. Yeah,
in rain. I was in that corner jamming. I was like, oh my gosh, that took us way back.
Yeah, I was surprised about that one.
Okay.
Yeah. They brought out the oldie goldies. Wait, listen. The chat is blowing up. MJ.
Okay.
Let's see who's on here. I said Brittany Wright. A.R. George Williams III. God bless everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Jorad Holmes. She did her good MCing.
Yeah, I told you.
Thank you, Jorad. Yeah. Thank you. Wanda Patterson. Hey, cousin. Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Wanda. It was a pleasure meeting you this weekend. The Reverend is on the line. Reverend Shedric McGauley. Listen, you did a phenomenal job. I'm going to be talking about this for a very long time.
And believe me, she will.
Right, yes, she did. Brown Temple is on. Hello, family. God bless Dr. Brown. Jacqueline Pierce McGauley. Thank you. It was fire. That's the Reverend McGauley's mother.
Okay.
Well, tell her thank you for the bags of candy too.
Say that again, Mr. Riley.
She gave a bag of candy.
Oh, she was selling candy?
No, selling. She was
giving out bags of candy.
Yeah, giving out bags.
Wait a minute. I feel some kind of way. I ain't getting no candy.
You shouldn't have been MCing. That wasn't for you.
But Brown Temple is now the place to be.
Sister Jackie, what happened to my bag of candy?
You were working.
We missed you, MJ. Brown Temple said we missed you, MJ.
Listen,
Sylvia took care of me. She took good care of us, rather. Definitely had a time. Thank you, Sylvia. We missed you, MJ.
Oh, I really tried.
Hi, Wanda Patterson. Let's see.
George Williams, can we bring this to your? Well, it wasn't our event, but what I'll do is I'll connect you to
this at my church.
Yeah, I'll connect you to the spearhead leader. If y'all can work that out. I don't know if they are traveling, but that may be something they look into for next year. So I'll give you the connect, George.
Listen, but it was great. Thank you all so much for joining the chat on tonight. We're talking about the weekend. our past weekend, we had a phenomenal time. The Shenanigans crew all was there, except for MJ on Friday night, but we understand. We understand. But it was a lot of quartet in the house, though.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Mr.
yes.
Riley, that thing was packed from front to back and on every side.
That's the way it was last year. And that's when
Wow.
I saw that last year, that's when the idea came to my head. Oh, this is how you do it. Bridging the gap, quartet
Yeah.
and choirs together, you know? And I was really impressed with that. And I was telling Shedric that that's when I met John Michet.
John, yeah.
John Michet, yes.
When I saw that choir, I said, "Oh, I got to have him." And I asked you to find out who. Come to find out he's a friend of MJ. Made it easy.
Listen, it made it so easy. MJ made one call and we got them photos and everything. I'm like,
yeah,
man,
yes.
That's how you got it, MJ.
Listen, it just pays to be nice to people. How about that?
Right.
Listen, Prophet Dwight already said you the man with the connections.
Yeah.
I listen, I am just a messenger. I'm just glad to be in the little role that I have. Amen.
And you know, Professor English choir, he brought all back the old people, you know, the old members. He brought the members back. They came in full force. And very uniform.
Listen, and when they were singing, it sounded like surround sound.
I'm telling you,
and look, they were very professional. They were like, "Ooh."
Yeah,
and
Professor
MJ, when I was watching them, I was just like, "Wow."
Yes.
Professor Listen.
It was, when I say it was a big sound, Pastor Cynthia said it on Saturday. Your sound matters. And
sound matters.
Listen, that sound captivated the whole church.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. It was a full choir too.
Yeah, what about the Tampa Boys?
Oh, wow, yeah.
I am a fan of the Tampa Boys. And I say it all the time.
But I was asking for music.
Say that again.
I was asking for music. I don't. Do we have any of their music in the studio?
I think they're still in the studio.
We have. We have.
Tyrell sent us something, but I think it was just for the commercial purposes, though, if I'm not mistaken, MJ.
But I think it did make it to studio, so I think we do have like one track in studio. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, but
I was looking for it Sunday. I mean, I was looking for it on Sunday.
Oh, okay. And you didn't see it?
I didn't see it. You know.
All right.
I'm gonna have to reach out.
Allow me to check on tomorrow
because I know that he sent like a promo for the commercial, so I need to make sure that project is done. But y'all know I'm a fan of the Tampa Boys. Always have been. I don't know how they do the dancing and singing all at the same time. Because just emceeing and trying to sing, I was out of breath.
Oh, wait, say that again. I missed that.
Emceeing and trying to sing.
And trying to sing. Okay, that's the part. that was the part right there. Okay.
Trying to sing, I was out of breath. But they were also awesome.
The way they were stepping was good.
Yes.
And that's what they were talking about on Saturday.
Right. So, you know, it was just an awesome turnout. I didn't get a chance to go around to all of the vendors, but I did do Fatty's Pit, barbecue pit, and they were sold out. They sold out of ribs, they sold out of chicken, they sold out of sausage sandwich.
Oh, that was good.
And all they had was them good old comforters. So I got my 3 of them.
I missed it. I guess because it was dark. I didn't go walking around, and I didn't expect Christian to be there.
Yeah, he was there. He was there, and then they had a lot of vendors on the other side. Lady E Smell Me was there. Lashika Apparel was there. Like, hold on, I still have the list. I think.
You should.
Yeah, I still have the list. It was quite a few vendors there. It, like I said, Reverend McGauley had that thing set up nice. It was very well put together, very well structured.
Okay.
Like I told him,
everybody looked like they knew what they were supposed to do, and that was a great thing. That was a great thing.
I told him that I know next year gonna be even better.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
they're gonna probably
gaining
have to move the
traction.
location. Where they gonna put all the people?
That's okay. George Williams offered up his 300 seat church, so who knows?
I want to thank the security guys out there in the parking lot, because when I got there, it was packed. The gate was closed, and the guy told me, you're gonna have to go park at the gas station. And
What?
I was gonna be obedient, and I did it. And then when he realized who I was, he started screaming and doing that flasher thing, telling
Yeah,
me to come back. And when I came back, he found a parking space for me on the inside. And I want to thank him for that.
must be
Because,
nice to be the mayor.
well,
I'm telling you, right?
I mean, it was packed.
I
And look,
heard. I heard.
I got there early, and the parking lot was almost full. And I was like, where do I park? Where do I go? And he was like, well, if you don't mind getting blocked in, you can park on in here. I said, well, I'm the
I'm
host.
the MC,
Come
so
on
I'll
in,
be here
come on
all
in.
night.
I don't know how they fit all those cars in that parking lot.
Yeah, it was organized.
That was crazy, but they got them all in there. Like I say, everybody was on point. And listen, when y'all see Choir versus Quartet advertised again, make sure you get that. It's a free event. It was a free event. And when I say the best of the best in South Florida, from musicians to solo artists,
Right.
it was a lot of people in the house, all the way from down south, from Homestead, P. Ryan area, Goose came on up. Richmond Heights area, they came on up. And then far north as, where's Jorad Holmes at?
Bradenton, Tampa.
Yeah. Tampa
So
area.
yeah,
So they had people from all over Florida that was there. It was just dynamic, and it was definitely worth the drive. Definitely worth the drive.
Yes.
Yeah, that
and
was.
then on the next day, started bright and early. The
Wait, MJ,
Florida.
I'm still trying to get the I wanted to actually name those vendors.
Okay, if you could ever pull up your list on your Android,
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Hold on. I want to say I snapshotted. I'm just, let me see. Let me see if I can find it.
If you had an Apple, you wouldn't have that problem.
No Apple for me.
Just saying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can't find it.
I can't
Typical,
find it. But
typical Android.
shout out to all the amazing vendors that were there.
And it was a lot of them too.
Wait, hold on. Let me check one more place. Let me check one more place, because they did have some great vendors out there.
I'm surprised because you don't throw away nothing.
Are you calling me a hoarder?
Slightly.
Oh, I can't find my vending.
Gonna be.
Reverend McGauley, inbox me the vending list again.
My goodness.
Gosh. Oh, what about Pastor Henry and Praise?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Hey,
Well, Pastor Henry
is no joke.
yeah, by himself, he is a beast alone.
Yeah.
So I can imagine once you put people behind him, it just gets wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, he had a lot of singers in the choir, in the church. A lot of singers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It seemed like everybody could sing. Everybody.
Yeah.
The Southerners did a good job. The Southerners was there.
They're traveling this year.
Say that again.
They're traveling this year, the Southerners.
Yes, they're traveling, and they deserve it. They've been singing a very long time, and they're just a good group. And Jorad said it Saturday, that there's a lot of amazing, great artists in South Florida.
Absolutely.
I mentioned the Freeman family. And those ladies have a little age on them. And MJ, you should have saw them in their heels.
I can only imagine.
I thought I was some heels. They had on them heels, and they did their whole set in those heels. Nobody took off their shoes.
That's what's up.
We talked about and we talked about Professor Stephen English and the Temple Boys. So that was the group for choir versus quartet. And like I said, everybody did an amazing job. I can't find. Let me see. I can't.
Going back to the Southern Airs.
Oh, we owe you a bag. Okay, please, because I'm like, where my candy at?
Going back to the Southern Airs, Lady Des, they want to be in March to my cavalry, to the foundation, the family foundation.
Yes, that's awesome.
They want to be there along with Roy and Revelation.
Yes. So did y'all hear that plug? The HIV/AIDS Foundation is having their week of prayer, and they have a program every year. This year it's going to be held at Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church on 62nd, right off of, what is that, 12th?
12th, yes.
Right off of 12th Avenue. And the Southern Airs will be there, Roy and Revelation. So y'all heard that first on Conversations with them too. Roy and Revelations is going to be there. And I believe MJ, I get to host you again.
Yeah, Shenanigans.
Really? We get to host with Quartet. All right. That's gonna be exciting.
Oh, you know, somebody does already came out point blank and said, y'all know me, I don't like Quartet.
I didn't say I don't like it. I just said it's not. Y'all know that it's really not my thing. I mean,
listen, Mr. Riley, he has to, because he's all around it. He's all around it. Lady Elaine had him up doing the bounce.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was doing.
That need a couple of more practice sessions for that.
He was dancing like our other brothers and sisters. I was like, what is MJ doing?
Well, listen, I've never seen the bounce before. I had the hand movement. It was the other stuff. So don't worry. But I can dance.
Yeah, and Michael Lee was showing them.
Yeah, Michael Lee was.
Michael Lee got it. Lee got it. So look, let's move on to Saturday, MJ.
Okay, so Saturday morning at 11 a.m., we had the opportunity to be back at Brown's Temple, 1018 North Power Line Road, where you get connected by the power. Yeah, so we were back there again, hosted by Pastor Henry Brown and the crew, and it was the FGMA, the Florida Gospel Music Award Academy. They held their very first quarterly summit of 2025, and it was just a great big networking event for anyone that was in the industry or looking to get in the industry. We had conversations about marketing, about branding, how to get your music played on radio. There was even a artist showcase where artists got the opportunity to showcase their songs and get constructive feedback from a panel of knowledgeable people who knew about the business or who knows about the business of radio and the business of music itself. So we had Jorad Holmes once again put on a very phenomenal event. Dwight Moment hosted. When I say he hosted the showcase part of it. And it was just an event where we just got together. It was something that, the panel, we all go way back to the Gospel Announcers Guild. So we hadn't really been together in a bunch of years. So it was good to be back amongst, family and friends, just to have the opportunity to come out and fellowship and just network. Des, that was, I think, your first one, maybe?
That was my first one. Now, years ago, but nobody remembers me. Nobody knows that I was there.
Okay, so
nobody knew that I existed.
But this is your first official one in the role of.
That was my first official one.
You're kicking the doors down.
Years ago. I'm sorry, Mr. Riley.
You're kicking the doors down now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Mayor, did you see those boots she had on?
Oh, absolutely.
She was definitely kicking down doors.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Y'all talking about me? Because I can't hardly hear it.
Hey
Yes,
man, we
turn your
talking about
volume up.
you.
Turn your volume up. Turn your
Yes,
volume up. Yes, talking about you.
I
There
don't know
you
why. I can hear you all, but it's not as loud.
go.
maybe
Right.
because you still have, weekend ear.
Wait, what did y'all say though?
The heels, the shoes.
The boots that you
Oh,
had
my
on.
my boots, my
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah.
You like them?
Well, I
No, we
told you
said that.
that. I
Thank
told
you.
you that.
Listen, let me tell you. No, let me tell you what MJ actually said. When I got out of the car and I was putting on I was putting on my sweater that I had on. He was like,
What is
"Oh,
that?
what is that you putting on? You need to take that off." And I was like, "Well, why? What's wrong with me? No, take that off."
It don't go with the
It was
shoes.
like, "What's wrong with what I have on?" It's them sleeves, them jean sleeves. You need to take that off because you don't have on jeans. I said, well, I was gonna I put on the jeans, but I didn't want to go through all that house. So I wanted to be comfortable. So I just chose to put on the black. He was not feeling that. Now you gonna get on live and say you like my boots?
Well, I didn't say I never said I didn't like your boots. It was that sweater jacket thing that you had on.
Man, when you think you're doing it, Mr. Riley.
Yeah,
You did something.
yeah. The boots was on
But
point.
so let's go back. Let's go back. So I did go years ago to the South Florida Gospel Music Awards. And you guess who introduced me to that? Do you remember Mr. Riley who introduced me?
I don't remember, but it was in Palm Beach, was it?
It was in Palm Beach. You
Right.
did. You
You
did.
did it.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did years ago. I want to say it had to be around 2010, 2011
Right.
was my first one. And that was my first experience with the South Florida Gospel Music Awards. And like I said, nobody knew I was there. MJ said that he was there. But you know who took me around? Jackie Singletary. She actually kind of took me around. And then just fast forward to now Jorad did a phenomenal job
Yes,
as well
yes,
on
yes.
yesterday. And that was my official first time with the Florida Gospel Music Awards, and I absolutely enjoyed it. And actually, when I looked on the platform, I'm like, wait, I'm the baby here. Like, do I even belong on this platform?
You was the
But
second oldest, but you were the baby. Yes, you were.
Right.
say that again.
I said you were the second oldest on the panel, but you were definitely the baby.
Negative. Negative. So it was an excellent experience, and I always love getting together and just sharing knowledge and with like-minded people and
Right.
learning and gleaning from those that been in the industry for so many years. And I shared this with you too, MJ, earlier today when we were kind of talking about it. I watched Jorad. You don't know this, but I actually watched Jorad and watched how he flowed in his element, right?
Yeah.
And I saw the passion and the heart that he had for it and for the industry just exude into the atmosphere on everyone. And from the pastor that spoke, Pastor Cynthia, she was
Yes.
amazing,
Yes,
with
yes.
the topic, Your Sound Matters. And I think that was something that really stuck. And everybody who did Brand Me, his segment on branding, it was just amazing. Kenya was awesome as well with the social media
Wait, hold
portion.
on. You got to say it right. The CEO, Kenya C. Wheeler, because she
Yes,
will get. It's
yes,
been
Kenya
branded.
C. Wheeler, because I do want her to respond. The CEO, yeah, she did a phenomenal job, and
And
like I said, MJ, I'm sorry.
you as well as you sat on the radio panel. So congratulations and kudos to you as well as
Thank
Deborah
you,
Hall, um, Deborah Tuma, the assistant general
Deborah
manager,
Toomer. Yes,
and Kenya. You guys did a phenomenal job up there.
thank you, and MJ, I commended you as well. I said, you are a brilliant mind. And that's one of the words that I use for Jorad too. Jorad is a great man. He's a brilliant mind, and what he does, I can tell he thinks a lot. He puts a lot of thought into what he does, and that's the same thing I see with you. And people don't know MJ get all passionate about radio and how it's supposed to go. And he a stickler anyway about structure. So anything that goes outside of structure, he's having a fit. But he loves it. He loves it. And like I said, just to be around such great minds, it really inspired me and encouraged me as well. And it was just an honor, Jorad. Thank you so much for allowing me just to sit on the platform, which with all these greats.
Well, I was very happy to see him bring it on this part of town.
Yeah.
From Tampa, and I'm glad that they showed up. The people showed up. Every one of the artists that was on the showcase, because I got there doing the showcase, I didn't see the panel part, but when I got to the showcase, all the artists they performed well.
They did.
They received the I wouldn't say criticism, but they received the whatever you all did. What word can I use? What word can I use when y'all gave them pointers?
Okay.
I use pointers, okay? Because when you all critique them,
right?
I like the response that you all gave. I like the way Michael Lee was telling them, and MJ, the way you articulated, the way you did, and Cynthia, it was so good to see her again.
Yes,
it was really good to see her again. And was it
Dwight? It was Dwight Follins.
Yes.
And Wanda P from Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did a phenomenal job too, facilitating the panel as well.
Right. So it was well organized and well put together.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Wait, let's go to the chat. Lynette Day said yes, they did. Jorad Holmes said absolutely. Florida Gospel Music Awards soon will be coming to South Florida. Shh. I said okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, look, MJ. Eddie said, "Don't give MJ a mic." MJ just dropped the people mic. Like, okay.
But that was because
B. Ewing. Hey, sissy. She is on y'all of Power 89.1 FM
NZN.
Yes.
NZN.
I was glad to see her yesterday on my live, along with my brother Mark Ballard.
Okay.
Right.
I just love the way we communicate with each other and support each other, all the way from Ohio.
Yeah.
But see, Deacon Riley, that was one thing that we also brought out in the summit was that regardless of how far we are, our industry is so connected and everybody pretty much knows everybody. So if you're in this industry, this is the one you want to keep your nose clean because we're all connected some type of way.
Right.
Absolutely. Right. Listen, and also at the summit, they were throwing out some great nuggets. And I think one of the biggest ones was relationship. Building strong, healthy, lasting relationships with those in the radio industry and how they can help the artists and how it could affect you, when you don't build those healthy relationships. So that was one of the main things. What else, MJ, Mr. Riley? What else that
let me say this. I have to commend Lady Elaine Nelson and Mike Farland is his name.
Dwight Follins, yes.
Dwight. They brought up Lydia Gooden.
Yes.
I was when McFarland. You see, is it Farland? I don't want to mispronounce his name.
Follins.
Yes. I was in that room when Vicki Winans and Andre Crouch saw the Miracle Lights for the very first time, and Andre Crouch and Vicki Winans were fighting over who was going to get them. And I was so proud of that moment to see, because Vicky was so impressed that they were shouting with the heels,
Mm.
you know, and it was just an honor to hear them recognize Lydia Gooden, because Lydia Gooden was a trailblazer.
Yes.
She helped a lot. She even helped me,
Help.
because when I first got on the radio, WMBM didn't even understand quartet music. I fought a long time to play quartet music, and that's how the Quartet Corner came about, right? But it was Lydia Gooden who introduced me to the American Gospel Quartet Convention. Since I
Wow.
was playing quartet so much, she said, "Do you know George Stewart?" I said, "No." "Well, they have a quartet convention in Alabama." I said, "You kidding me?" And that's where I met all the greats, at the quartet convention.
Well, listen,
MJ, you should have been there.
But you know,
I have one even better. I'm sitting in studio because at this particular time, Lydia used to come on after me. So I'm
Right,
sitting there. She came in early and she's like, "Ooh, I had a day." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what happened?" She said, "Well, I just got off from work and I got this meeting and I think I'm ready to retire." And I'm like, "You ain't going nowhere." She said, "No, no, no. I'm going to retire from the Gospel Announcers Guild. And I think you need to be president."
right.
And I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure. No problem." Not thinking, the lady made 2 phone calls. She said, "Okay,
That's
your
good.
first meeting Saturday." I'm like, "Huh?" She's
Yeah,
like, "Okay, yeah, your first meeting is Saturday. You just, you go there and they'll do the rest." I was like, "Wow," just like that. And
just
that
like
was
that.
my introduction to the Gospel Announcers Guild. I was president for 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I
She
owe
told
all
me,
of that to Lydia as
you're
well.
right. She told me, she said, "Whatever you do, travel to other conference."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Go to the conference." Okay. And when you go to the conference, always announce and recognize WMBM and Bishop
Bishop
Curry.
Curry.
That's what she
Yeah.
right.
told me. That's what she
And
told me.
and you know what, Mr. Riley, you forward that. You paid that forward, should I say. And that's something that you taught me as well. And I thank you for exposing me also to the South Florida Gospel Music Awards. And when I went there and I heard all the teaching and all of that, because at that time I just got into radio. And remember, nobody around me or in my family, nobody did radio. That was my first experience. All I heard was the Lord say radio to me. He didn't give no further instructions. And I told Eddie, I said, "Hey, we're going to be on radio." And he was like, "To do what?" I said, "I have no idea." And you know
And
how that story went,
right,
Mr.
right,
Riley. And not thinking that years later, not only will we be on the radio, that I will be on staff, I will be working and just indulge the way that I am. But you introduced me to that. And once you introduced me to the South Florida Gospel Music Awards, and I was sharing with MJ, I was like, "MJ, I didn't see our South Florida people there." And I was like, "Wow, do they know about it? Did somebody tell them?" Because it really opened up my eyes and let me know you have to get out the box and you
right.
have to start traveling. And from that point on, we're Quartet. So we started going out to different programs in different states, and I was able to connect and to meet so many different people. Even when social media came about, we kind of plugged in there, and I had an opportunity to meet so many people. It was just great. You just have to get out the box. And Michael Lee said that
Yes.
also. Michael Lee said that.
Well, see, you and Deacon Riley, y'all had the quartet, y'all had that corner already taken up. So I had to go over to the gospel hip hop and the gospel.
That's
So,
right.
so that's why we didn't really cross paths. But I was
Right,
across the
right,
street while y'all were holding down the quartet section.
right. And
But in
and
the end, we all came together.
I want to add
Yeah.
this. I want to add this. When I was sitting in the audience and I observed what Jorad had put together, it reminded me of Pepe.
Yeah, yeah.
I said he's picking up that mantle that
Yeah.
Pepe had, you know? to bring everybody together, bring artists together, bring the two. Like you said, he had the passion for the artist to be perfect
Right.
Right.
and to be excellent. And he put the people together who can make that happen.
And I just think that all the artists that was in South Florida should have took advantage of it, because
Exactly.
this information was free. And any questions you might have had or thought of, that was the opportunity to ask them, to ask,
Right.
because somebody in that midst was able to answer your question.
And not only that, Des, this is a shameless plug for this magazine. I just happened to have the opportunity to really, really go through it today. And I didn't realize that there is vital information
Yes.
in there, 2 or 3 articles that's telling artists things that they need to know about the business. So for all of those people that were not there to get the free copy, now they have to go pay for one. But it was all the information that was given on this past weekend was absolutely 100% free. And any other time you'd have to pay for it. So whenever the next summit comes around, whenever the next choir versus quartet come around, y'all need to be there, point blank and period.
Absolutely. Because a lot of times, sometimes you think because you get word or you get advice from third parties of people that don't even work the business or in it like that. And it may sound good, but that don't necessarily mean that it's right. So you have people there that have been in the business for quite some time. Kenya C. Wheeler is on. Hey, Kenya, she is very knowledgeable.
The CEO,
The
can you see?
CEO,
Yeah, get it right, get it
because
right.
I want her to respond. Yes, and it was just so many others there that was able to give valuable information that can catapult their ministry to a whole nother level. And what I would say is, don't be embarrassed. And like I helped them a lot with their electronic press kit, and I said it. I realized that a lot of the artists didn't know what the basic stuff was, right? And they were afraid to ask. And sometimes I had to say, "Do you know what I'm talking about?" And they were like, "You know what? I sure don't know what you're talking about. What is it that I need?" Right, Mr. Riley? And I share it with both of you. So it's stuff like this that is needed,
Right.
for artists. You all take advantage of it. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. Everybody doesn't know everything. I learned a lot. And like I said, I always love to glean from people that are more experienced. And if you're the smartest one in your circle, you need to change your circle.
That's it.
Because it's going to become boring. It's not going to be challenging to you.
Right.
So you need those around you that's going to actually challenge you and push you to do better. You need somebody like MJ and Mr. Riley, because they don't play games. They don't play games, especially.
And that's the purpose of this showcase. This summit was on Saturday. It was for the artists to come out and learn exactly what you're saying.
Absolutely.
That's what it's for. Like that old cliche, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
You can't make them drink. Absolutely. And then you wonder why everybody else is moving forward and you're still stuck.
Michael Lee is a
you're
prime
still
example.
listening to the same old people and you're getting the same old results and you're still in the same place. It doesn't make sense. And I said it make sense, because and then a lot of the stuff that you produce or you just submit, it's not even making sense. Show that you invest not only monetary wise, but show that you have some interest in your craft and what you're doing.
Exactly.
And you put a lot of thought into it, because when you put a lot of thought into it, it's felt. Like Jorad, I felt that he put a lot of thought into what he produced out to others, because we were able to actually glean and see the structuring and the organization of everything. It just didn't look like it was all over the place.
Right. In fact, he didn't have to do anything.
It was already done.
Right.
He just sat back. I watched him, and I studied him. he just stepped back and just watch it unfold.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the key of having a solid team too. When you have a solid team and you know what everybody's strengths is, you know where to place them, and you ain't got to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to go to the chat real quick. We got John Mouchette who said, good evening.
Hey, John.
Hey,
Jorad
John.
said, the next one is still free. It's May 17th, and we are heading to Tallahassee. Pastor Henry Brown said the whole summit was just very informative. Jorad, once again, Pepe and Kenya were. Pepe was my mentor, and it's because of him I was and I am who I am. Kenya C. Willa as well is his mentor, and he says he truly appreciates that and her. Kenya said the artists, they have to want it. They
They
gotta
have
want
to.
it.
Absolutely.
And then we also had we cannot forget Lynette Day and the new
Oh,
Sea Lord
yes,
Seas.
yes,
They
yes, yes,
wrecked the house too.
yes,
I
yes.
love me some Lynette Day.
Yeah, Lynette, she one of, I would say she's one of my biggest fans. Every Sunday morning, I clap on at 7, she pops right in.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know what? I commend the Sea Lord Seas, the new Sea Lord Seas,
Yes.
because they were there early, you know, and
It's called
that shows artists
professionalism.
that want it. I
That's
want to know.
professionalism.
You know
Yeah,
what? And
absolutely.
they just like the Cross family. They come dressed ready.
Yes, yes.
They come
You know,
dressed ready and
you
uniform.
have to. Yeah, Kenya is right. You have to want it. Eddie said, I like that some of his board members travel a long way to help out. Yes, absolutely. And all of that matters. All of that matters. You can put together a whole event, and if you don't have the right team,
Yeah,
that whole team can crash that whole event.
Yeah,
right.
you got to have people that have the same heart as yours, or more
Or
eager
more.
or
Yeah, I
Right,
bigger.
always say
right.
they
Yeah.
That's
have
right.
to have
That's right.
more.
And
Because
you know
even
how
as a leader, sometimes you get weary in well doing,
right.
right? And if you have the team that see your vision, they're going to say, no, what you doing? You can't give up. We come too
Mhm.
far. And
Right.
it motivates you to realize, I have people that are pushing for me. I have people that are backing me. I can't let them down. So it gives you motivation to continue on and to go further.
You know, I like watching people and look at the small details in the person, you right? And I noticed that you know how when you got somebody who's in charge of an event, they're running around the whole time, making sure this is right, making sure that is right. Gerard didn't do that.
Nope.
He stood in the back against the wall and just watched the whole thing unfold.
Absolutely.
And he
As
sat
he
down
should.
and sat down in the audience.
As he should. Because
Yeah, you know,
once you did all the planning behind the scenes, the day of, it's just time to execute. Everybody
right.
should know what they're supposed to do. Everybody should know where they're supposed to be at. It should be no hiccups.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
we know
literally how
hiccups
it
are going
went.
to come. Let me change that. We know hiccups are going to come, but the people that you have in place already know how to handle that.
Right.
So
Same thing with Brown Temple, you know, same thing. Shedrick had
absolutely.
nothing to worry about. Everything was in place.
Oh, speaking of Brown's Temple, shout out to the chicken ministry. Hey.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, like even when I first walked in Brown's Temple, Lady Des, come right with me. But people were stopping and I was speaking, but it was just boom, boom,
Yes,
boom.
yes, yes.
Everything was
Well, you
together.
know, since we interviewed Pastor Brown and Shedrick, if you recall, it's excellent. Everything they do is in the realm of excellence.
But me and Lady Des had talked about that. I told her, I said, when it comes to Pastor Brown, because
Mhm.
even when he had put out his first single and he was like, MJ, here's my new song. Everything he did was in excellence. He brought his own video crew. They shot a video
Exactly.
while they
He
were
brought to
there.
the station.
Just top notch. Just
Right.
top notch.
And
Listen,
he,
I spoke about I wanted to stay up there instead of travel back and forth, which I'm so glad that I did, because I had no idea I would be so exhausted Friday night, right? And Pastor Brown made that happen.
Yes,
He made that happen. The hospitality. Now, I don't like to write and type and do all that stuff, but it was so good that I think we as people, we take time to complain. But when stuff happens good and you get good service, you
don't really talk about it unless it's bad. But guess what?
Right,
We talking about the good.
Yeah, I'm about uplifting and encouraging and pushing people. And so when something is good, I'm going to continuously say thank you until I get it out of my system and let people know that I appreciate what you're doing, because he made that happen and he didn't have to do that. Now, they also gave me a gift bag, right? The youth department gave me a gift bag. And guess what was in the gift bag?
Now you want to brag about it, right?
I'm going to brag. Listen, don't blame me, blame God, because he did it.
Yeah.
Don't blame me, blame God. And everything he do is fair. So favor is fair. Thank you. But they did give me a bag, and to my amazement, I've been a lot of places. They had some nice glasses in there. And I love glasses. I love glasses. And I didn't have those.
Pastor Brown pays attention to detail. I'm telling you, he's definitely top notch. Terrell Pittman said, "Hello, y'all. We really enjoyed ourselves, the Tampa Boys." Terrell, thank you for joining us.
We just
I didn't have the opportunity.
Terrell, I don't know how y'all do it, dancing and singing and getting notes right. I mean, how do y'all do that? How do y'all do that? It has to be God said.
You have to come and practice a little bit more, Lady Des.
Eddie Hall said the church was on point, hotel was great all around. I enjoyed myself. And listen, when Mr. Hall say that, you know he is moved, because he is not.
Yeah, Mr. Hall, like me, he
is not easily impressed.
He ain't easily impressed. Believe that.
Yeah. So we definitely thank you, Pastor Brown. Definitely thank you. And I loved my gift. I definitely loved my gift.
And I loved mine too.
What did you get, MJ?
I got a choir t-shirt. Yes, I did. I got my choir t-shirt.
Yeah, and the t-shirts was not. I mean, everything was. It was good. It was good. You had your choir. Oh, this is what I meant to say. Crowd engagement.
Oh yeah.
Crowd engagement.
You didn't need that, boo.
No, when you're in a new place, and before new people, right? Sometimes it's like a pull, but I heard them. I heard them. They was ready. They was on fire. You didn't have to jump start them. You ain't have to pump and prime them. I'm saying these people
you was
at
Brown's Temple. You was at Brown's Temple. You was at Brown's Temple.
Yes.
And I told you, she already walked in the Energizer Bunny. So if they was ready, she was ready, and that everything else was just about to blow. Believe that.
Right. Hold up, come on now. Yes.
Yeah.
There's Pastor.
All you needed was one glory to God, one praise the Lord, and they was like, yeah, praise the Lord. I said, God really done something for these people.
Listen, Des, Pastor Shedric said we wanted to make sure you remain stylish with your glasses.
Listen, I am getting ready. Well, should I say this? I'm getting ready to go on a cruise, and I can't wait. I can't wait to wear them glasses.
You were connected to the power line.
I was listen. That power line, that electric was going through that power line. You hear me?
That's why I say. That's why I say Brown's Temple is going to be the place to be.
I was trying to go there before the month is out. I gotta check the schedule.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna be making them trips there.
If not, I definitely got to stop by in February.
Right, for sure.
I definitely got to stop by in February. What's up, y'all going?
Pastor Brown said you could sing. Now I don't know if he was listening with his good ear Oh, he was sitting
Listen,
close to the speaker.
after Professor English, it started coming on me, right? It started coming on me. Listen, the BT male chorus, and then Pastor Brown and praise. And I'm like, man, I'm missing this quiet thing. And then Professor English came, and they was like, whoa. I said, I need to be in somebody's choir.
Jorad, I need that video. Please send me the video of Lady Dad.
Gerard,
I
come
need
on
that
now.
video.
Wait, how do African people, please, sir. No. Oh my goodness. It's been a long time, y'all. Seriously.
But once again,
I grew up in the holiness church. You know, we had the bass drum, we had the tap drum, we had the scrub boards and the tambourines, and
MJ,
they had everything. You know,
when Pastor Brown brought that scrub board out,
I know it was over there. I know it was over.
Boy, I sat there and I said, boy, that take me back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You grew up in the Pentecostal church, man. They use everything. That scrub, and I saw that, I said, wow.
Wow. It was just awesome. Wait. You know, Sylvia Rowe, thank you so much. She sent me the vendor list. So the vendor list was Lady E, Smell Me, South Sit Up Saturday, Vanessa Johnson's Kitchen, Cheesecakes, Erica Bryant Tech Solutions, Manifest Jewels, Rudy Designs, Florida Memorial, Informational, and Kristen Long. That's Fatty's Barbecue.
Okay.
Barbecue pit. So those were the vendors that was there. So like I said, they had a lot of vendors. It was together. It was just together.
Well, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was Christian. I heard the name, but I wasn't know that he was associated with that name.
Right.
Now I know.
Yeah, and I was like, well, Kristen, how you sold out all the food? You're like, how many slabs? He said, Des, I bought 12 slabs of ribs. I had a whole bunch of chicken and sausage. And
Lady Des.
He's gone. Yes.
As my friend, let me tell you what you do the next time you're emceeing. You hold a mic and you're in the front of the church and you say, excuse me, who's got parking lot duty? And whoever raises their hand, you say, I need you to go to the vendor, whichever one, and tell him to hold 2 rib sandwiches and whatever else it is that you want. And that's how you make sure that the MC's got food for the end of the night. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's what I got to do. Okay, so y'all somebody go out there and y'all order Lady Des some food. What
there
you say?
Go.
The parking lot ministry.
The parking lot ministry. Yes.
But it was great. People were all out in the foyer area too.
Yes.
It was, oh man, it was a wonderful time. This weekend was wonderful. I was able to get up and go to church on Sunday, but how I felt Saturday, it looked like I wasn't gonna make it, but I was there. Eddie
Hall said, Lynette, they can't go nowhere without running or shouting in the church.
Ooh, listen, all by herself too.
Listen, I tell you, I love
it all by herself. She gonna shout. She gonna praise God. Like I said, the crowd was energized. They were ready, and I love that. It make it so much easier. She gonna jump up. She gonna praise God. Like I said, if nobody else praise him, she gonna get her shot on.
Most definitely.
And I believe that the Lord has a crown waiting for thee.
Hey, amen and amen.
Yes. Lynette, MJ is right, or you would never get the food you want. I see. You. Because by the time I got out there, bruh, man was sold out.
Listen, that's what you gotta do.
Listen, but it was great. It was great. Who said you can't sing, lady? Pastor Brown. MJ said, I don't sing, I screech. Come on,
man. She screeches. Okay.
MJ said it. MJ said on a live interview on another radio station, on another podcast, he told folks,
wait, hold on. Hold on.
Do
I will
not
say it
sing, she
myself.
screeches.
Lady Des doesn't sing, she screeches. That's what she does. It may be a joyful noise unto the Lord, but it's a screech.
Well, they said I could be in their choir.
Oh goodness. They're gonna let you play the scrub board.
I'm gonna make sure it's worth their while.
I'm sure you will with the scrub board. All right, so here's the most important thing of the evening. Pastor Brown said the most important thing was that people got delivered on Friday
Absolutely.
night. That's the most important thing because that what it was all about. You know, choir versus quartet, that was good, but
Yeah.
people actually giving their lives to Christ on that night was even better. So
Right,
once
right.
again, Brown's Temple, big ups, kudos, congratulations. Florida Gospel Music Award Academy, big up, congratulations for the first summit, May the 17th. Well, that's around our birthday, so we'll see what happens for
What
Tallahassee.
happened?
We'll try to make that happen. And
It's going to be in
then,
Tallahassee.
yeah,
And
the
you know
next
what?
one's,
I want to mention Lady Sherry Brown.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
Lady Sherry Brown, God bless you. Thank you so very much. We definitely don't want to leave you out, but Pastor Brown said it. Most importantly, people were delivered, and I watched her. Like I told you, I watched
exactly.
everything.
Yeah,
I watched her.
we talked
I'm
about
sorry,
that.
Mr. Riley.
We talked about that.
Yes, we
How
sure
she was
did.
over there
We talked
ministering.
about it, and I love the fact of how she's quiet.
Yes.
She's quiet, but that lady is anointed, and she definitely has the heart for the people because I saw how she tarried with the lady at the altar.
Right.
And you just don't know what
What
people are going through and
That's
what
right.
they're carrying.
Right.
And she took that time and she just labored with that lady at the altar. And you just saw tears flowing, even with the babies. They're training their babies up. And I believe that was Sylvia Rowe praying with the babies. Man, it was awesome. It was awesome. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Lady Sherry Brown. We see you. We see you. We
Yes.
definitely see you because we had a whole conversation about you this morning.
So Brown's Temple, once again, thank you so much for a phenomenal weekend for Choir versus Quartet and for the very first FGMA Academy Summit. Once again, May 17th will be the next quarterly summit at Pastor Lenars McFadden's church in Tallahassee. More information about that will be forthcoming. Just make sure you stay connected to Jorad Holmes and the FGMA Academy. Also, stay connected to Brown's Temple because we're going to pop up on y'all when ain't nothing going on one Sunday, and we
Right.
just going to have some
Right.
fun with y'all. Believe that. Other than that, Lady Des, I'm tired.
I was waiting.
Hey,
Listen,
MJ,
I was
we were
waiting
trying
for
to
that.
cap this at 30 minutes, right?
Didn't happen.
Listen,
I was waiting for that one.
we just want to thank everybody. Again, to Brown's Temple, thank you so very much for your hospitality. Pastor Brown, Lady Brown, Reverend McGauley, and the entire team.
The entire team.
You guys were amazing. And it was just a blessing to be there. I look forward to coming back. I will let you know. I think the team need to get together and go. Me and Mr. Riley had already talked about that, so we're gonna drag MJ on out too.
Listen, as long as it ain't like
Even if I
last
got to
Friday
pick him
night.
up, y'all. Even if I got to pick him up, because I don't want to hear no excuses. I've done it before. Because
no, you kidnap when you pick up. That's a difference.
I had to, so to make sure you don't leave or nothing. But we thank you, Jorad Holmes. Man, I was so proud of you. That was my first time actually seeing you in your element and moving the way that you did, seeing your heart and your passion for those in the industry, in the music industry, and for artists. Because I love artists. I love to see them grow and try to push them to the next level. And you did all of that with providing them such great information, and you didn't hold back on the people you had in place to give that information. So I just want to say thank you to you for what you
Yes.
do. Thank you for considering me to be on the platform with such great radio announcers and personalities and the like. I appreciate that. And we just appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight.
Yes.
And we will stay one united South Florida. That's what we're gonna do. Artists, announcers, promotions, whatever it is that you do in the industry of gospel music, we want to stay one united. So definitely continue to stay connected to the FGMA Academy. Stop by Brown's Temple Fellowship. I gotta say, I didn't get a chance to meet her, but I know she is such a lovely, lovely lady. Mama McGauley. I didn't get a chance, but I know that she has that beautiful spirit and heart. So I
She
did get
does.
an
She
opportunity to see that
absolutely
from
does.
what I did get able to be able to see. But yeah, so when we come next time, I'm a hugger, so I got to go get my hug. Other than that, family, we want to say thank you guys so much. We are the Shenanigan crew. Conversations with them too, along with the mayor. I'm MJ. She is.
Lady Des.
And until next Monday, 8:30, yeah, 8:30 p.m., we will do it all over again. I don't know who our guest is going to be just yet, but you just make sure you come back and we'll be all surprised. How about that?
Thank you. Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Good night. Good
Good
night.
night.